Let me just say good afternoon to all of you, in particular to the residents, district commissioner, to the principal, to the chairperson, to all the people who are in this room. If I can say all protocol observed, as you do so often in Uganda. I'm delighted to be present in the middle of all of you here in Kabale today at the National Teachers College. I have been here before, actually twice, same building, and I'm glad to be back. Education is a human right. I reminded all of you already a few times in Kabale and also in Kampala that this right is part of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Ugandan Constitution equally grants the right to education for all citizens, and the laws of the country grant free primary and now since a few years also free secondary education to Ugandans. Nelson Mandela famously said that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Also in Uganda, education is key to change the country and the society. Education is also at the heart of the Belgian development programs. We have always put it high on our priorities in Uganda, and enable has lots of expertise in this field. I've recently heard from different sources how well performing Enable has been in the fields of education, and that Ugandan officials cite our programs as a reference to other donors. I'm particularly proud of that, and I want to congratulate our education team for these results. You know the people, Virginie, Hannah, Frank, and some others in Kampala. I won't list everything they are doing and we are doing, so just a summary of the most important elements. Belgium has been supporting the implementation of technical and vocational education and training for 7 years now, since 2015. We attach great importance to strengthening the quality of learners, teachers, and instructors. Our support to Skilling Uganda wants to create direct links between the needs of the labor market and the education and training. Far too often, what happens in schools has no relation with the needs in the real world. This needs to change, and we have explored ways to do so for the Ugandan youth. This is key if they want to find a job. As I said, we have been successful. We have trained more than 12,000 boys and girls, women and men, in various labor market relevant skills. According to Tracer studies, 7 out of 10 have found a job within 6 months after completion of the training. Graduates from 5 vocational centers in the Albertine and Rwenzori report a significant increase in their income after this training and skilling. Other development partners are now building on our experience. The European Union, Germany, and Ireland provided additional funding to Enable and to the Ministry of Education to implement similar practices in other parts of. The TTE program has improved management of the colleges, both at the central level and at school level. We also improved the quality of teaching and learning through new teaching methods centered on the learners with integration of ICT. Finally, the TTE program developed the infrastructure of the colleges. This last part is the reason why we are here today in this beautiful part of Uganda. We have constructed and renovated a series of buildings in the colleges. accommodation for students and staff, lecture rooms, kitchens, multi-purpose halls and outdoor study spaces, all properly equipped. Today, we break ground for the construction and renovation of a new phase in Kabale and in Mugende. The works have already started, as you have seen, and they will cost 9.2 billion shillings. That's a substantial amount. In the 3 other colleges, we have already finished construction and renovation. So now it is time to lift Kabale and Mugende up to the same standards. In concrete terms, and you have seen that when we did the walk around, we will build a gate, outdoor learning spaces, water supply systems, ICT blocks, staff houses and dormitories, all equipped with solar lights. In line with our previous infrastructure projects, we want to limit the impact on the environment. No trees will be cut to burn bricks for our projects. On the contrary, we have planted a tree. So the opposite. All construction will be driven by the principles of climate response design. We now hope that we can set an example for other projects developed by the government of Uganda, because far too often none of this happens. I call upon the contractor to deliver the works within the set timelines, and I think what we saw was very promising, and upon the ministry and upon the district leadership of Kabale and Mugende to supervise the work to ensure quality. With our infrastructure results in other colleges, Belgium has won a prize for outstanding infrastructure works. The A+ awards celebrate the extraordinary work of architects and designers who strive to create architecture that stands the test of time. I think we did more than our part. Now it is for you, Uganda, to do your part, because we are already looking beyond the handover of the buildings into the phase of utilization and maintenance. From the outset, maintenance is planned and the purchase of clean equipment is part of the project, as well as staff training. Proper maintenance will extend the longevity of the buildings, so that future generations of students and teachers can continue to benefit from the efforts we are doing today. I hope that you all, from the highest level in the ministry and the colleges to the students and the community, will ensure proper maintenance. In Belgium, we don't build for today, we build for tomorrow. And we want to do the same in Uganda. I believe with this strong Belgian track record in supporting education in Uganda, I can also list some points of deep concern. 3 main obstacles to further advancement of education and teachers' education needs to be very urgently addressed. Not tomorrow, but today. Please allow me to express some frustration as the ambassador of Belgium since more than 3 years. First, the lack of certification for the graduates of the teachers' colleges. It has really been quite a scandal over the past years. This is a problem that the government of Uganda absolutely needs to solve. I know there has been a little bit of backup that has been solved, but we are not there yet. Students without certification can't secure proper jobs. They cannot become professional teachers. Some students ended their studies in the teachers' colleges a few years ago and are still waiting for their diploma. This is probably shocking. This is my first point, certification now. Second, the capitation grants are still quality teaching costs money. The government has promised on so many occasions, different ministers at the highest level, that the budget for education will increase. But the opposite has happened. The budget has severely decreased from 15% of the budget 7 or 8 years ago to 10% only today. As the solid development partners that we are, Belgium, we cannot accept such a breach of promises made repeatedly by the highest level in government to international partners in education. The efforts of Belgium and of all international partners disappear in a huge black hole if they are not matched by serious, sustained efforts by the government. And third, I remember appealing at this very place when we had the National Teachers' Day, appealing that for the human resources gaps in the colleges to be addressed, in the NTCs. This is also the primary responsibility of the government to recruit sufficient staff for the teachers' colleges so that the numbers are in line with the population increase and so that the staff skills match the technological advancements. I hope that this time, even Mr. Minister, but I'm sure you will relay my message to the ministers, my appeals will be better heard than the previous times. Because the teacher is at the forefront of education delivery. Improving the quality of teachers and the training always directly translates into better education outcomes at low levels. And that is exactly what Uganda needs, and that is exactly what we want to help Uganda achieve. Thank you very much.
We wensen u